Good morning.
Hey everyone.
Say hello to Denise.
Hey, hi there. yeah. How do you figure out
Which way?
now I'm just throwing gang signs.
I was going to say, that was pretty good. How do you know that? How do you know?
I didn't. I can tell which way's down.
Yeah, that's easy.
Right. No.
Right.
There we go. Hi, Scott.
We got to do the opposite.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The mirror image.
Those who don't know Denise, you want to say a few things about yourself and your readings?
Well, I have to apologize sometimes for when I get nasty with the political ones, because I definitely pick up on all their darkness and I just sometimes go into reaction. So I apologize for that. Hi, Ronald.
Hi, Ronald. Good morning, Connie, Roxanne,
Connie.
Doreen, Beatrice. Yeah, but I love that about you, Denise, in your readings, because it's like what we're feeling, like everybody who's watching. She's doing the political, and she says exactly we want to say, but it's hilarious. Really good commentator.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I felt kind of bad at the end of what's his name, Mike Pompeo's yesterday, because I realized I was in a whole lot of body shaming, but yeah, as Scott and I were talking about it earlier, it's like he felt the same thing where, the guy eats a lot just to stuff down all the guilt and shame, and right.
Yeah. We choose that for a lot of different reasons, but for him, I feel like you're right about that.
Yeah, I guess everybody has their medication, I suppose, huh?
Yes, yep, yeah. We do.
When you're criming, you have a little bit of evil inside, and you got to release it somehow. And some people use alcohol, some people use food.
Yeah, and I guess with Trump and at least one of his sons, it's a whole lot of other stuff, right?
Right.
Whole lot of blow and.
That's right, Connie. What's the poison?
Yeah, what's the poison? Yeah. So Denise, tell us a little bit more about your practice.
I empath and I use just about any tool I can get my hands on as far as cards and spiritual law. I was trained in spiritual law for about 12 years. So I chose to go down that path and, look and search and search. And so yeah, I use primarily spiritual law, and then dealing with just, what is. So in private readings, it's nothing like the political readings. There is absolutely no judgment. I don't care what anybody's doing or going through. It doesn't matter to me. And then we just, usually work on the cause so that we can change the future, and then hold a lot of compassionate space for the past. Like you guys work, I'm sure it's the same way.
Yeah, but if you're in the public life, you're fair game.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, Scott. That's a really good point. Yeah.
If that's what you chose, you make mistakes. Reporters are going to do it.
Yeah.
They're going to call you out. So you're fair game. Hollywood political.
Yeah, especially when you're in a position.
You don't need that permission.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't need that permission to read into someone's soul, kind of thing.
Gotcha. That's a good point. Right.
Yeah. Oh, Beth. Yeah, wasn't that fun last week, Beth? Denise was on my channel, and she was saying that she really loved the readings last week we did. But yeah, you bring such a great depth, the spiritual depth, when you do like the spiritual readings you do. And another thing you bring into it is the astrology, which is really
fun. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's a really fun way to look at where you are and where you've been, and maybe probably in many past lifetimes, and then here you are now, and now which way do you go? You can tell by the transits, especially like Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn, you can tell what houses they're going to transit through and what areas of your life your higher self set this intention to actually work with. So it's such a cool thing to look at.
Yeah, I love that. So really depth. So you guys check Denise's channel out and give her a holler.
I absolutely love your readings too. You are so just intuitive and you know the feelings you get, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
I just I wish I was as good as an what is that called? Auditor like you are, but
I struggle.
I was even having trouble struggling.
I struggle with
it comes out the mouth easier.
Yes, it comes out the mouth easier for Denise.
You know what you want to go with, but it's like,
yeah, and when you're in that space, it's hard. Words just leave me so many times. Oh yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah. Or
you forgot your filter, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're so excited to have you here today, and Andrea's on vacation for the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Andrea's giving herself a little space, little
vacation, a little vacay. So we're shouting out love to Andrea if she's just sneaking a peek on. I doubt it, but we're giving you big hugs, Andrea.
You bet. Everyone needs a little downtime to regroup, and you can get overwhelmed sometimes. She started a new job.
Yeah.
And so she's trying to balance everything and just got a little overwhelmed, and she needs that space for a bit. And everyone needs to decompress kind of thing.
Yeah, Beth's got it right. Wonder Woman needs her rest.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Aw.
I had a question, and I want to get your thoughts before we get into political. Someone asked about the thoughts on if using a scrying mirror, the black mirror. You've heard of using a black mirror? You know, like kind of like using a crystal ball.
Yeah.
Use a black mirror to try to channel into.
Oh, interesting.
You ever heard of that?
No,
I've never tried that. I have never tried scrying.
It's a type of scrying, whatever, you know, but you use a black mirror.
No. Huh.
Have you done it, Scott?
No.
Have you seen it?
No, I just read about it because someone asked about it. If if it was a good tool, to recommend or use.
I would
I just
assume.
wondered about your intuitive hits because mine. At first, I started feeling like, you want to stay out of the dark side, right?
Yeah.
You don't go to the dark.
But is that what its intention is? Just because
No,
it's black?
technically no, but it was supposedly used in, with witches types, back in the day, whatever, but some claim to use it, to see the dark, the other side.
Okay, so if I would assume that it would be attached to an intention.
Exactly. The intention is always the key, right? So it depends on what you're asking. Yeah.
But when I first thought about it, okay, a mirror is a reflection of yourself, right? When you're using dark, it gave me the jeebies kind of thing, right?
Okay.
You think of a crystal ball, it's light, it's open space, but using a black kind of feels dark to me, like you would not get light intentions out of it. So that was my first impressions about it, and I was wondering what your thoughts, using that type of tool, whether it be a black crystal ball or a mirror, a dark mirror, a black mirror.
Interesting.
Well, I know
dry, or it's another tool, but
yeah.
I noticed in one of the comments someone put you can use obsidian, and obsidian's used for protection, I believe.
Yep.
So maybe the black mirror, if you set the intention, maybe it is for protection. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I think it all depends on who you're hooked up to and what guides.
Could be.
Right.
Roxanne said a medium told her that it connects to the soul. Is that what she said? It went away.
Interesting.
Lori Sue says she scries with the clouds. I love that.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Oh my God. Yeah, you can and look and see all kinds of things. The energy that's moving up in the sky.
Yeah, that would be cool. Just tapping into this question, Scott, I'm just sensing that considering history and all that, but I really feel like anymore, it's your intention behind how you're using the tool.
Yeah.
So if you're attached to the history of using black mirrors, you're going to be like, ooh, I don't know. So I wouldn't use it if you're coming into it kind of like, I'm not sure about this because of the history. But if you're coming into it as just another tool, and this is really cool, and I can really, it's easier for me to scry into this into a dark background rather than like a clear one, like that crystal ball back there, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, gorgeous. Yeah.
So, and the only time I've ever used that crystal ball was on Halloween with Scott. Remember, Scott? We did the Halloween show, and I had the crystal ball.
Yeah.
And it actually worked, so that was kind of fun because I never even thought about scrying into a crystal ball. I usually just look out, and I just it's a type of scrying, but I'm just looking out. You know what I mean? And it just kind of happens here.
Right in your your.
Yeah, just right. Yeah, and so I can see out, and I can see it's like a silent movie playing. So I would assume that when someone's using like a mirror, that it would be the same thing, and you're just staring into it, and it just gives you that background to place the silent movie, so to speak, what you're seeing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming. Scott, what are you feeling? Are you throwing cards on it?
Yeah, I am. Just see if my sense is.
That's just my thoughts, my opinions.
You could be right. I mean, it's something I wouldn't use.
Right.
I don't want to see anything of the dark kind of thing,
Right.
Yeah. Hi, Anita. I want to say hi to everybody that was saying hi, everyone. Yeah.
So the cards I got feel like it's okay. I think it depends on your intentions.
Yeah.
As
like the tools, like the Seven of Pentacles here are feeling like the tools that can be used. Any way you use them, you need to be in a meditative kind of connected state.
Ooh, that's good cards for this. Yeah.
Right.
So the unity is within you. 4 wands and the heartbreak.
Yep.
So the unity is with you. You need to protect yourself either way, but it feels like it depends on the person, what you want to do. I do feel it's safe, but you need to make sure your partnership is with the right intentions.
Yes. And I feel like that with any of the tools we bring in.
Yes. Intention is everything. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, it doesn't feel safe because it's, like I said, my first response was like, a mirror is a reflection of you. If you're looking into the dark, you're reflecting dark. So in my essence, I do not want to reflect the dark side kind of thing.
Right.
And so, and that's because you kind of have your own history kind of coming in with that and the knowledge behind it. And so that would be something that you wouldn't utilize. For me, I know nothing about it. So using a dark mirror would be no big deal to me because I'm not attaching it to the dark at all. And I assume with Denise too, because you had never heard of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never done
have an attachment to the dark.
Yeah. For me to get visions, I have to have my eyes closed. And then I still sit there and wait forever. I'll hear all kinds of things and feel all kinds of things and go, just grab the cards. But but then when it comes in and you actually get a vision like the way you do, Debbie, I'm like, oh, excited. I saw something. But my channel doesn't tend to work that way.
Oh, thank you, Doreen. Blessings to you.
Scrying tool is a divination tool. Nostradamus used it for predictions. A divination tool is a positive, negative of the person. Oh, is as positive or negative of
As the person's intentions.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Doreen. Yeah, that's good intel there.
Good intel, yeah.
It makes sense. I just wanted your guys', everyone else's opinion too, because my immediate feeling was like, no, stay away.
Yeah.
And Marcia says, Debbie, I agree. I love my Ouija board, and I use the dark mirror as well as a crystal ball. And so, yeah, that's awesome, Marcia. Now, I personally couldn't do the Ouija board because I have a history of, I have a connection, like a historical implant in my head, not implant, but you know what I mean? Like a attachment that some dark stories. So I personally wouldn't be able to do that, but it's nice to see somebody that could use it and not have that attachment and be able to purely go with pure intentions. That's nice.
Yeah. Interesting. Hi, Gutsy Guru.
Twilight Zone is talking about, don't they cover mirrors to protect from naughty spirits?
Oh, that's right. I've heard that. Yeah. Phil, any mirror can be a portal. I'd have to scroll up if I can. Oops, there it went. Hold on. Oh, Beth. I feel like any mirror can be a portal. Don't love them, and it's not just because of my crow's feet. Yeah, I know that one.
Oh, so Marcia, oh, that's cool. Oh, Marcia just said, I think of it as a spirit board. That's perfect.
Spirit board.
Yeah, I love that. Because I feel like we did a reading on this, Scott, right? Remember about the Ouija board, and that the original did not have bad intentions when they first made the Ouija board way back in the day, but it turned, and so that's good. There's another question here, Scott. It says, Debbie, what do you think about alien abduction?
Yeah.
Well, I don't like the word abduction, really. I do feel there's a lot of I do feel that there is connection, absolutely. I just don't like the word abduction. Do you like that, Scott? Is there another word we can use besides abduction?
Beth would be the master here about that one.
Yeah, Beth, can we come up with another name besides alien abduction? I absolutely feel that there is alien connection with people and time missing and for people that and like that, but I don't like the word abduction with it because that gives a bad connotation.
Yeah.
Visitation, contact, yeah.
Contact, Roxanne says contact, yeah. Visitation, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Traveling visitations, I like that. Call it a field trip.
Foolish Tarot, yeah. There's another channel. She cracks me up. Oh, and her texts to me.
Oh, Foolish. I have to write that down because they came on last week with us. Remember, Denise and I didn't write their.
Oh yeah, it's Foolish. She goes by Foolish, but somebody else already had that name, so she named her channel Foolist.
Foolist.
Yeah.
I love it.
She's funny. She doesn't read political. She doesn't do political readings, but she'll read on just about anything else and answers personal questions for people.
Foolist Tarot, is that
it? Yeah,
Foolist.
Just do Fool and then IST Tarot. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And the other one, do you remember the other gal's name too?
Gutsy Guru was one.
High Book Bewitched Gutsy Guru. That's it.
Yeah. That's Jane. Yeah.
All right. Those were the two. We have to visit those channels, Scott. Check those gals out.
Yeah, like you guys say, just subscribe. It's free.
Exactly. Just subscribe. It's free.
Yeah.
Well,
And
basically,
subscribe to Denise's too. It's free.
Yeah, we're all free.
well, basically, the alien experience is not cooperated. There is an agreement, soul agreement, whatever, to be taken, enhanced, checked out, whatever, however they want to do it. So abduction is basically what it is because it's against your will.
Yes.
Well, is it? Is it though?
I mean, in our current 3D life, yes, it is.
You think?
You can't stop it.
You don't think that there's some kind of alignment and there's some kind of communication going on that we don't know inside ourselves?
Oh, yeah. But we don't know about it.
Well.
Beth didn't, wake up as a 10-year-old and say, hey, abduct me for the next 40 years, and experiment and check me out and
Yeah.
All right.
me roll.
Well, listen, if the ship comes down or whatever, I lost it. If the ship comes down and they're offering candy, I'm going or something.
That's hilarious. Okay, well,
yeah, I mean, I just feel like if you go with spiritual law, first of all, there's free will, and we're never supposed to have that violated. So if there is some kind of connection, there would have to be an opening first, right? But then again, we say, well, what about children? Well, children are so open and they don't always seem to have or appear to have free will. So maybe there was some soul contract where they're just going to be really open and, see dead people, right? See their grandparents that have crossed over or have visitations and dreams. And as long as they don't get scared and they're supported, then maybe the channel stays open, the connection stays open. But why would it be any different with, spirits who've crossed over than it would be with like an ET, I suppose. But then again, I'm always back to be careful who you channel, I always set attention to like only from the highest levels of love and light. And the other ones can go somewhere else because they're not allowed in. Right. Yeah, it's like it's the boundary, and same thing with in your daily life. You want to keep hateful people out, right? It's the same thing. Yeah. Oh, will Chuck end the filibuster? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, so we have lots of questions in here, but you have that first one too.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's start. We'll get off of this and we'll go.
It's a neat topic.
It is. It is.
But those select few were selected.
And I understand that, like, not being that you fight about, like, but I still sense deep down there's a something that said yes. Or
I agree. Or a major portal of fear that opened, right? Yeah. I'm one of those weirdos that, I don't believe in hexes and stuff like that. I don't. I guess if you believe in them, they can get to you, but I don't believe in them because I don't. Yeah. But most people don't agree with me on that. So Biden's first year, will Chuck end the filibuster? I should write these down. And what was the other? Oh, the other one was Charles
Flynn.
Thank you. Flynn. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to.
Wendy, yes. What a wonderful week it has been.
Yeah.
It has been a lot better, yes.
A lot of people are going through aftermath of holding on to this energy for 4 years.
Yeah.
And so we're battling with aftermath of releasing the energy, and your body goes through so many different things after holding that in and holding all that energy in for 4 years. So a lot of us are feeling that, but yes, what a great week not to be worried and whatever every day.
Yeah. So like you said, Debbie, post-Trump, post-traumatic Trump disorder? Or
Yes, post-PTTD.
Yeah, PTTD.
Post-traumatic Trump disorder is what I have pinned it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real thing, guys. I might have made up that term, but it's a real deal.
Right. And the little bit of like trauma training that I had, they taught us that low level daily trauma that's every day is way more traumatic than the one time like chronic or happening.
Yes.
It just
yes. And that is absolutely correct.
Yeah. Yeah, let the trials begin. Gigi, I like that.
Yes, GGB.
Yeah.
So I see someone asking, and I've seen it before. People are always asking, is 45 a reincarnate of some past horrible kind of person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Denise, yeah.
People have said, oh, he must be Nero from the Roman times, whatever. Well, when I looked up personalities of past, he most represents the Roman Emperor Caligula.
I can't say that guy's name either, but yeah, right.
If you look up what Caligula did, he represents him most closely.
Even better than Mussolini and better than...
Yeah, I mean, you read about what this person did in his emperor life.
Yeah.
It represents him most closely.
Caligula.
Anyone.
Caligula. Okay.
Caligula.
Okay.
I've never...
Are we throwing on that?
I think we can if you want, but
oh, I didn't know you.
That was one of the closest that I found.
Go ahead. I'm going to write down these other questions so you can be free to do that.
GGB says she said that before. She thought Caligula as well.
Yeah. Yep. Gigi's got it.
Oh, dear. Okay. While you're doing that, Scott, to save a little time, this one question here from Undercover the News. I think it should be: did Chuck agree to the two? I don't know, the delay for the impeachment for more time for more of Trump's corruption to come out. Actually, I did some research on that, and they have certain laws in the Senate where they schedule. So you put in the day that you want to do whatever you want to do, but it takes a week to get on the schedule. So there's that. So we don't even need to read on that.
Was that a question? Because she usually just gives us the news. Was that a question?
Yeah, it was a question.
Oh.
Yeah. Undercover the News. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be just scheduling, but I think it will help to bring more things to light.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Because they're going for two things. One, to convict.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is if he's going to get any bonuses of a president after fact,
Right. Yeah.
It's a double thing. And the more things come out, it'd be easier to convict.
Yeah.
And not give him any money and protection and everything to the fact.
Yeah, they're trying to disqualify him, I think. Is that the word? Disqualify?
Yeah, so he can't run again.
Yeah, and he can't run again. That's what really...
Right.
And then there's a whole lot of work being done about that will end up probably going through it, at least I would hope get voted on, is presidential powers. What's the word for reducing presidential powers, which of course Biden will have to sign on. Yeah. Oh, and the 14th Amendment. Oh, I'd love to see that happen.
Joji says Caligula is often remembered as a selfish, capricious ruler whose ineptitude weakened the Roman Empire during his 4-year reign. It does sound very familiar.
Very familiar.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. I definitely see a tie. I mean, the first card out, I asked, is there is there a past life connection to him? And I got,
Oh yeah. Oh man. Well, there it is. Yeah.
It does feel very close. It's really hard to say if he's actual reincarnate, but there is something very close.
yeah.
Because I got the Hierophant as majors. I got the Hierophant, Chariot, and Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those are the majors. Eight of Wands is would feel like the message is the vibrational, what do you want to call it? Aspects of Caligula.
Wow.
I just
I don't intuitively get the hit like like boom, but there is definitely a connection.
well,
Yeah,
I do, Scott, because I use the Lenormand, or the however you want to say it, however you want to pronounce it. These are two yes cards.
Yep.
These are both yes cards, and this card can be like the bully, and then the anchor is like anchored down, stuck in that role.
And I'm getting
Right.
I'm getting a yes too with the Queen of Swords with that connection, that ruler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Interesting. I never even thought of that.
I mean, there's always been some kind of reference. Oh, is he Hitler? Is he Napoleon? Whatever,
Well,
Yes, Joe. Yes, Joe, it is.
So the first thing I read on was Nero.
You got another chance.
I started reading on Nero, and I'm like, no. Well, then I found out Caligula was a Roman emperor too, and I'm like, oh, and then I read about him, like, oh, that looks very familiar.
Yeah, right. And Joe is asking, isn't reincarnation to correct the past? And partially, but I think in the spirit world, there's not the same judgment that we have here. It has to do with the law of affinity and like mutual reception. So the soul has an affinity towards, like in this case, dictators. So, there's going to be lessons, of course, when you incarnate into especially an era of mass consciousness that no longer supports dictators. Then they'll get some harsh lesson. But so it is true that it is to correct a distortion, right?
But the past does come full circle also.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Oops, there was one here.
His soul maybe never wanted to learn anything. It just keeps repeating itself too.
Right. Yeah.
And obviously, Undercover says Trump is drafting an enemies list of the Republicans for his Patriot Party to challenge in primaries.
Whatever. There's no path for any other party. It takes a lot of, what do you call that? Infrastructure and money to build that up.
But you see how that is an avenue for money for him, don't you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
He does have 20% or so of the population that believe him yet and would give him $5-10 every month or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good, Connie.
For entertainment only. Thank you, Connie. Cook red chili. Yummy.
All right. So are we going to go diving into a question now? I think Denise wrote down a bunch of questions.
You want to do General Flynn first?
Okay, let's hit Flynn.
Go ahead.
Flynn.
Yeah.
So what we see on CNN is that he did have knowledge of what was going on, but supposedly he's not in the loop of making a decision. I guess the question is his psyche in line with his wacky brother? Like, did he know this was going down?
Okay.
So he wasn't part of the Pentagon that would be able to send troops to help. I guess the more of the question is if he's in that realm of crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's check it out.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Christine.
Yes. I was just going to say, Christina, isn't she great? Yeah.
Thank you. Connie says he had to. He's a 3 or 4 star general. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I got earlier. While you guys are doing that, I'll tell them the yes or no. I got the anchor, which is yes. So he did. I do agree that he did know what he was doing. And then the other cards with the page of, right, the page of cups. He might have been the go-between to bring a lot of messages through. Sensitive, maybe like sensitive intel. And with the devil reverse, well, I think he's still hooked up in it. I don't see this as being, like he's been released. And then with the Hierophant reversed, it makes me wonder if he was rebelling, maybe because we have to remember General Flynn, he probably got into what he got into, Michael Flynn. They did it for the money, these undercover deals for money, like selling arms, selling whatever. So that's probably what his brother did as well. So that's my take on it.
Weird. Weird.
What do you get?
I got a lot of women.
Wow. I got a lot of swords.
Interesting.
I got the Queen of Coins, Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. No swords, and then the King of Cups. So these are nurturers. There's creativity.
Maybe you need a different deck.
I mean, I do have a 5 of Swords and 8 of Cups too.
Oh, there you go.
Service.
Yeah. I wonder if the guy's married multiple times and he's got a lot of alimony to pay. And, maybe you're seeing the reasons why he needed the cash.
I mean, I just asked about him. I mean, I didn't.
Oh, you just do a general on him?
Kind of a general to get his psyche.
Yeah.
Because that would tell more about who, what, where, and why.
Yeah, good. That's the way to go.
Flynn. I'm going to shuffle another deck quick. 3 cards to see if I'm on the right track with this other one.
Okay. I'll talk about this story going on here.
Yeah, good.
Oh my goodness. All right. So lots and lots of swords.
Wow.
So starting off with the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the Page of Swords. So, but the story starts here and crosses this way. So that's kind of how it would be read. And so this is a deceitful person straight off, with the Page of Swords coming in there. Clever and skilled and manipulative, but also a deceitful person, almost like a spy. right? And then moving into the Nine of Swords, all that on top. I'm kind of curious about this Nine of Swords, but tormented for sure there. He is feeling regretful, even though, because now I feel like he sees the writing on the wall, but there is regret there for sure. But then you move into the Ten of Swords, and that's the kind of the center of the reading because there's more cards coming out here. And the Ten of Swords is just talking about, he definitely is that backstabber. With these two cards, you have the backstabber, although he may have some regrets. Something over his head, something being held over his head. Okay, thank you. Something being held over his head, and that kind of put him into this spy position to bring in that backstabbing.
Wow.
So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. Okay, thank you. So then the rest of the story coming in. Let me go here. That Justice is in there, and you have the Empress. The Justice is coming in like of a challenge position, and just kind of like, so what was challenging him was like a cause and effect deal. So if you go along with this, I feel like he was literally caught up in something, and his hands were tied in there. And then you have the Empress. The outcome is he will reap what he sowed there.
Ah, wow.
And then at the bottom of the deck, we have, and I'm just going to show it real quick so you can go, Scott, but that he definitely was collaborating with 45 here. Where's 45? The King of Pentacles there, that he was collaborating with all that.
Wow. And maybe the Homeland card there and the collaboration. Yeah.
And then you have, the White House and the
Homeland 45 collaboration
collaboration.
There. Yeah.
Taken with the 45 and to continue that illusion.
Excellent.
Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing, Scott. You seen anything close to that?
Pretty much the same, yeah. I mean, I'm going to go to the end here first because there is some kind of fate going to come up here with Seal, the Wheel of Fortune. And like you said, too, he does have some kind of heartbreak, some kind of like, oops, I got caught kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then the Two of Pentacles here, that feels like that balance between family, patriotism. He was caught, trapped,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's with the Fool, it's not going to be to his advantage. He might not get that promotion. He's been up for here.
Yeah. Yeah. I
do feel knowledge. I do feel the Two of Cups here too. That union partnership within government, and the Emperor comes in also, along with all these women and
all the women.
The Queen of Cups is my USA card too, so it feels like there is that partnership, that commitment to the USA, but he also has what he could have done. He had to walk away, the battle, and then the Knight of Cups. So that feels like part of the family Trump thing. He had to walk away from it, but he had knowledge. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it doesn't feel like he's, like culpable. You know what I mean? He didn't charge, this insurrection on the 6th, but he had knowledge. Didn't share that knowledge. It's going to come back to bite him, kind of thing. That's my sense.
Great. really
I
thorough.
did another deck and it came out pretty much the same.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was interested with all the ladies, all the lady cards.
Yeah. So
It felt more connecting to country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
I agree.
women particularly.
And that would make sense. Yeah.
I mean, he's been there for a long time. You don't just get to be a lieutenant general and be a QAnon your whole life, you know?
Yeah, and that would make sense too with what was coming up in my cards, that it was like his hands were tied, like he had no choice but to do what he did, backstab his country. Sad.
Wow. Joe says maybe he's covered up all the sexual abuse cases too. Scott, she's saying
in
that.
the army, you mean?
Huh?
Interesting.
I guess it depends on where his command is. I don't know.
Yeah.
There has been all that horror going on Fort, where was it, in Texas? All those murders.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Fort Hood or whatever, is it?
You've read on that, haven't you, Scott?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it depends where his command is, you know. Yeah, pretty much.
No, they had to have secure way to transport all the immigrant children.
Top command that blocks everything.
Yeah. He obeyed the president. Yeah.
Oh, Connie.
Cousin's son was murdered.
Fort Hood? Wow.
And
your cousin's son. Ugh.
oh, wow.
So
he was one of the just horrible, Connie.
Oh, Connie.
It's under investigation, yeah.
It's been a lot.
Wow. Yeah, generals are the top. Yeah.
Well, generals don't always know either.
Oh.
You know, if you're running a base, you're not a lieutenant general. You're, they have the squadrons. You know, it all comes down. But yes, they can possibly subvert.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You would be like higher command kind of thing.
Connie, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know where he was stationed or what he was doing, but yeah, it's just horrible, Connie.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
let's move on to this.
One of the other questions I have down, someone wanted to know Schumer's, will he end the filibuster? Will Chuck Schumer end the filibuster?
Okay. Will Chuck?
That will be best.
Yeah.
Chuck really needs to step down. Like Liz Warren take charge or Amy Klobuchar.
Oh, Amy, yeah.
I would love either one of those two.
Put Amy in, man.
Woo. Yeah, absolutely.
Chuck is being way too nice.
Well, he's saying the last I heard, he was saying he was going to keep it in his back pocket. Mitch was, pressuring him to keep the filibuster, and Chuck was saying he might keep it in his back pocket. But there's so much abuse that happens with that. Remember Ted Cruz and his green eggs and ham? He literally read green eggs and ham for.
Oh my gosh, I so remember that.
Yeah. 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 Okay. So will Chuck end the filibuster? Well, okay.
Eventually, it feels like yes, but it feels like it's a tool. You know, it's a tool they don't want to lose. It's basically just a delay tactic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing here.
That's what I get too, Scott, that eventually, yes. But right now, it's the thing that, right? I mean, I get the Strength card, King of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and then Stalemate. Like, that's the tool. And with the Page of Swords, that's the tool. But it's ridiculous. Can you imagine having that gone? You know, what could be accomplished?
I mean, I got a mix of cards here because I have like walking away from it, and then the Queen of Cups, kind of like yes, but then I have battling ones. The Five of Swords, a lot of conflicts. Well, then I have working on it, like it helps. Eight of Coins is working on things. It helps, but we're burdened by it. You know, we need to go a different path because it's burdensome. You know, but then I have Temperance, and then the Messenger. So it's like it's good and bad, but then eventually we walk away from it. The Four of Swords, Five of Wands. It feels like we're gonna walk away, but it's like a tool. You know what I mean? It just he wants to get rid of it, but it's like, yeah. But eventually, that's what my senses are.
I just sense that like there's this whole he's being purposeful about this whole keeping it kind of keeping this all like this. I feel like there's purpose behind it, and I can't put my finger on it, but tapping in, I feel like this is all very purposed, all his actions right now. It's almost like a payback. Does that make sense, you guys?
Yeah.
It just, this feeling of like, you know what I mean? And to keep that up in the air like that. But yeah. And with the Queen of Cups coming in reverse with this, you know, you have the white, this is my White House card or whatever, rite of passage as well. And, moving forward, but then you get this Queen in reverse. And I just feel like it's like doing this little fake out deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's trying to run something. I can't put my finger on it with these cards, but yeah, you have, but in the end, he'll bring it around, but tradition, structure like that.
The weird tool. It's like
I can't wrap my mind. I can't get down to it's like being used as a tool. Like you said, that's what you said, right? You guys?
Yeah.
It's something like you said in his back pocket or whatever. He's using this for something. He's being very purposed about it. So it's
right. Maybe he's afraid that if he didn't have that he's losing a tool, I suppose. Wendy says maybe Schumer will put time limits on the filibuster. That would at least be an improvement. That was the first little Lenny card that I got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. See, Ivana wrote, "Hey guys, Caligula's wife was named Milonia instead of Melania. It's Milonia. It's spelled a little different." I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah. My friend Lisette calls her melanoma.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know if I was very helpful with that reading.
Yeah, me neither. And those things are really hard to predict because it's always free will. That's always, and when things haven't been decided yet. I mean, Schumer hasn't decided yet, so we're just trying to read where he might go.
Right.
But I think what we all got was he was being a little shit. He's playing some kind of game.
Yeah.
Right.
It's in the back pocket kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord knows they want it to go away, but it's like,
Yeah.
we'll delay a little bit.
So what's the next question? There's a couple other ones. Biden's first year, and then the Capitol riot. Were Russians, Chinese? Were there Russians or Chinese financing? If so, will we know?
Oh,
Something like that. Whichever one you want to do.
I remember last Sunday, Debbie, when we were tapping into energies of any kind of riots. I don't remember. I remember I was getting something about a car.
yes.
Did you see what happened in Washington last night? Tacoma?
No. What happened?
A cop ran over a bunch of people with a car.
Whoa.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad. Like one person, I guess no one died or anything, but
still.
you could see the cop car going over the person.
Oh.
So I was getting something about there's going to be someone, it felt like a Charlottesville kind of thing where people get run over with a car. Well, here the cop ran over.
Well, there you go.
That's right. You guys kept getting the chariot. I remember that.
Yeah. I'm like, something about
all of
you,
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if that was it, but this is crazy.
And then now that the most of the protection is not as high, then of course something like that could come in.
Yeah, it's online, a brief clip of the Tacoma officer running over people.
I'm not going to watch that, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. It didn't look pretty.
No, that's horrible.
Here's another channel to subscribe to, Inquisitive Tarot Sheila. I like her.
She was on last week, Inquisitive Tarot. I got to write that down too.
I like her channel.
Inquisitive Tarot.
Another one I missed before too. I saw it. Maybe if I scroll up, it was a long time ago though. Anybody else we've missed? You guys put it in again so we can all subscribe.
Oh, is it Kitchen Table Tarot or something like that?
That was it.
Kitchen Table. Okay.
Yeah, I think I subscribed to her, but I'm not sure. I think so. She's got a beautiful, bright little. I think it's her beautiful, bright little avatar.
Yeah, it's all yellow. I think she was in here.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes, sending healing prayers to the injured. Yes, Gigi.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Oh, Sheila, you've done fine. Just rock and roll.
Yeah.
Let your
the Queen's Tarot. Yep.
Let your let your individuality just go through it. Just let her roll.
Right.
Okay, I forgot the question now that we were.
I know, right?
Are we doing the Capitol riot or are we doing Biden's first year? Whichever you want.
We're on an hour. You talking about more Capitol riot, or are you talking about back in the 6th?
Oh, the Capitol. Well, someone wanted to know if the Capitol riot, were there Russian, Chinese?
Oh, right.
Who funded it? You mean?
Yeah, like
Were they involved in any way?
Yeah, was there any foreign funding? But particularly wanted to know about Russian or Chinese, but we could just say foreign.
Yeah.
But it
Probably.
would be Russia or
I'll
China.
I'll go with the Russian and Chinese just because I keep getting hits right now of a dream I had in 2015 or 16. And this is before I was even, I thought it was a joke that Trump was running. I literally thought it was a joke. And, but I had a dream or an experience, I should say, where, I'm driving along and everything is like dark. And you look out and the landscape is just looks just dark and buildings are imploding. Wow. And it wasn't like an earthquake or anything. I'm looking at, well, nothing's having an earthquake. And I said, who is destroying our infrastructure? I say this out loud in my dream. And that's not a word that I would have used then because, I'm just living my life. Who's thinking about infrastructure, right? Yeah. Anyway, so, and then all of a sudden I'm standing at a side stage looking onto the stage and there's Trump and someone in a Chinese, is that incorrect? But the war,
like samurai kind of?
No, but like military outfit, gotcha. And then a Russian military outfit. So you had those two and him standing at the podium. And I'm like, oh my God, Trump is going to destroy the infrastructure. And look what he did. 4.5 years later, after that dream, he has destroyed our infrastructure for sure. And I'm wondering, when this question came up, it went straight to that dream.
Excellent. Wow.
But let's read on it. And I just got really hot.
Wow.
And it's snowing.
And it's snowing right now? Yeah. I know. I've been waking up to snow every morning.
Wow. I got snow last night too.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So.
Miss Charlotte, I know. I shared my dream, but who do I tell? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Especially in 2015, right?
And I thought it was a joke that he was running, but when I saw that, and I'm like, oh my gosh. and then of course I was just like all of you. When he won, I was terrified.
Oh yeah, for 4 years we've been more than that, probably. Yeah.
I just went through so much.
Yeah.
We all did.
Right. I remember dreaming that Dmitry Firtash funded, he was a financier for, through Rudy it went like, Lev and Igor through Rudy. It was like Dmitry Firtash, Rudy, Lev, Igor, those guys all together. So yeah, so there's been the money and that's part of the infrastructure, right? It takes money.
Yeah.
All those pings that went into Trump Tower way back when. Yeah. Yeah, friggin' Rudy. Friggin' Rudy. That friggin' guy, yeah. All right.
Friggin' Rudy.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Roland. All right.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Wow.
This is all a strategic plan to hurt the United States.
Wow.
And it was, in one way or another, funded. Partially or whatever through outside influences. Because Ace of, what I got is the two signifiers are Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. Creative, the Queen of Wands is like that creative design or strategy, and this is on the United States card for me. That was overall energy. They wanted the illusion of heartbreak and death in the States. Coronavirus and this.
Wow.
They wanted to destroy us. The outside influences, overseas, whatnot. And then here's the assistance of prosperity, the Ace of Pentacles. They wanted this chaos. Five of Wands, the action, the chaos, creation of the plan. I feel with this Nine of Wands feels more of cryptocurrency.
Oh.
Not legit, because there was talk that there was a lot of cryptocurrency being funded through.
Yep.
And then again, at the end, I have more Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. They wanted, the overseas influences wanted a ton of chaos. They wanted to literally destroy the USA one way or another. And I think it had to do with coronavirus too. Now look at all the people getting coronavirus. Now we have guard members getting coronavirus. House members because of this riot. I'm sure some of those rioters probably got it now. This last 4 years has been one strategy to destroy the USA.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's what I'm getting to using the Lenormand. I did a little mini grand tableau, so I can't hold all the cards up, but it looks like
a little mini grand tableau.
I did 21 cards here quickly.
Oh, I was like, how do you do a mini?
Yeah, right. I know, right. There's still a bunch missing here. But yeah, you can. You actually can. Yeah. Usually you just use 15 cards.
Oh, okay.
But so it looks to me like absolutely yes, everything you're saying, Scott, and it's been, this darkness has been woven into branches of our homeland, of our government, right, or right into the White House with Trump. And it was with the intention to end us, to really hurt us. But it's been why. The thing I like seeing, and I've got the snake and the scythe below that White House card. So yeah, it's been, there are people who have, well, we have to remember there were, on the 4th of July, I think of 2018, there were 8 senators that went to Russia. That's public record. You can look that up. I can't remember all the names. Thune was in there, Johnson, anyway. And then later on, there was like another 10. So I think there's a total of 18 of them that have been going back and forth visiting Russia. I think those are the guys that are in on it because, we've got the betrayal card here. It was in, from our own, actually, I think it would go this way. From our own government, we've been betrayed. People in our own government let these guys in and made backdoor deals with them, and they've financially benefited. But the cool thing is that they've been blocked. I can see, because part of the question was, will we be told? I don't know if we'll be told, but it's been blocked. They are being blocked. That's probably how they catch them, right? They feed information. They set up fake accounts, like a fake Bitcoin account, and see who's trying to pass money through it, and then that's how they catch them. But yeah, what'd you get, Debbie?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, go for it.
I just more of what you guys are getting, but
I'm gonna go refill quick. I'll be right back.
Refill. Yeah. They absolutely are controlling this narrative. Absolutely, you guys. I have the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Fool, and then the Four of Swords, which does talk about the coronavirus there too. But literally with these cards, they're coming in. They're sabotaging behind the scenes. They're taking advantage of They're taking advantage of the fact that we are such a divided nation of racists and like all that, taking advantage of that and stepping right in. So an absolute yes on this. And then I feel it may come to light, but I'm not sure. But again, this is more backup that they were behind the scenes to help this happen.
Good. I like that you're confirming that with me, because that's important. Yeah. Do you have anything on the bottom of the deck, or did you look?
Oh, that was the bottom of the deck.
That was it. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
The Sun and the Magician, the Knight of Swords coming in, really backing that up and saying, just get, the Knight of Swords goes in without even thinking, right? And again, taking advantage of that because
Cheers, Scott.
Cheers.
Mine's water, but
I finished off my pot.
Yeah, mine. I can't drink any more coffee, or I won't sleep tonight. You know how that goes. Yeah,
I do actually. Yeah.
Wow.
So Scott, they absolutely were controlling that narrative.
Yeah, and Trump's in on it,
but they've been controlling Trump too, so it's not
right.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's all about the money.
A lot of what he did was just desperation to try to stay president.
Right.
Which would lead to the next question. When is justice going to start happening?
Oh, timing. As far as when justice will start happening? Ooh.
We were all hoping World War I he'd be arrested, right?
I know. Like, when is this happening? I might have to use a Linderman deck for that.
Yeah. I made a goofy little deck where I just have like 1 week, 2 week, 3, stuff like that.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Well,
okay, you just gave me an idea now.
Yeah, it's super easy to do, but I don't think it went beyond 2 years though. I just have more than a year. Yeah. So are we tuning into just Trump? I mean, we have to.
Trump. Yeah. I'm going to tune into Trump.
Okay.
When are we going to start seeing these indictments?
Start with the big guy.
The big guy. Start with the big guy. Okay.
Good morning, Herc.
Yeah, I bet Bill Barr knows who did what, right?
Start serving.
Oh, Letitia, what happened with Letitia and the indictments? Yeah, that has to be coming down the pike. Those would be sealed indictments that would be unsealed. Yeah.
Okay. RPG.
Bye, full list.
What was the other one?
Just to take off. Okay. Oh, yeah. Good morning, Herc. Okay, so Trump.
Okay, now I'm going to get this. Oh, I'm sitting here talking to myself.
Yeah, I do that all the time. So, I mean, how else do you get anything done?
Exactly.
Hi, Cal says. Cal says, wait.
Callie says.
Callie says. Oh, and Michael Cohen is still talking to investigators. Oh, yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Manhattan DA still got things to
Right.
some I's to dot there, but James just recently, a few months ago, whatever, interviewed Eric.
I think we might see something in less than a week on Trump. And then 4 to 5 months down the road as well. Yeah. But then again, I was asking about justice. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? Justice can come in the form of his big loan became due, and now properties start being, his assets start being, what's that word? When your assets are,
being frozen.
Seized, assets seized, I suppose.
Frozen assets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then again, haven't we all seen before that it was his health that gets him?
Yeah. But I've always kind of felt as like when the indictment hits or he gets arrested, he has this heart attack kind of thing and then has to go. That was my feeling.
Yeah.
It's like when reality hits, oh my God, I'm going to get arrested. And then he has like a spaz attack and has to go to the hospital.
Spaz attack.
Yeah.
You know, like that adrenaline rush his body can't handle and he passes out or kind of thing.
Right.
You know, I worked in the ER for a billion years, and I can't tell you how many like daily the stream of cops coming in with their arrestees, because as soon as someone's arrested, they're having chest pain, so they have to be medically cleared. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Well, I think this is worse because he's such a stellar of health, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
So my question that I'm going to get into is when the actual paperwork comes down, you know, like the indictment.
Okay,
you know.
let's do that. Okay.
Justice may not happen for 3-4 years, you know, as
that's very true.
All the court cases and whatnot, but the justice is seeing him get arrested or some kind of action on him, you know.
Yeah.
There's plenty.
Right. And he has some really big loan payments coming up right away too.
I think
looking at like a subpoena being unsealed or something like that. Okay.
An indictment or a subpoena, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the center of my reading regarding Trump and getting, any of these indictments coming down, the center is the emperor. So they're on it. And they are building, and they have a strong foundation for all this stuff. But the cards around it, it's interesting. But I do see it happening. No worries. But with these cards around, and I do see, and I got a 9 regarding timing. So 9 days, 9 hours. No, wouldn't that be nice? But within 9 days. So a week to 9 days, 9 months, or September. So I don't know.
I was hearing within 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, within 2 weeks, at least the first drop will happen. But I still feel they're still building stuff. Like there's more and more coming out, and that's not what I'm seeing.
So these indictments had to wait, and they're coming from a king of swords.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's Manhattan DA or something, or DC is the first one. Because I got the 4 of Cups. So I'm feeling like this Knight of Wands is those indictments coming flying in.
Right.
Then they had to wait.
Yeah.
4 of Cups, and then I got a King. I think you're right. They're still building a case yet with a victory, and this feels like whatever unit is, whether DA office, FBI office, whatever it is, with the 4 of coins, and then the 3 of swords. They do have some ready. 3 of coins. Here's your document. The indictment's ready on their partnerships within the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or overseas. I'm sorry. This is the overseas connections, not the White House. The overseas connections. So it has to do with financial dealings. I think it's something to do with the money laundering is dropping first, I think.
Excellent.
But then I had that ending. I had the temperance. So you're holding on. You're waiting. You got the goods. The slow Knight of Pentacles. Making sure everything's right. I think it has a lot to do with the White House transfer. Wait till it feels like after the all the secretaries get voted in, or
oh yeah,
after the established people get in the Biden White House, get Senate confirmed, then they can roll.
I feel
like waiting.
Yeah,
right.
That's right, and I absolutely right on board with what you just said, for sure. It's because they're waiting till everybody's in place.
Yeah.
Before making that move. Yep.
Yeah.
The FBI director's staying, so he knows what's been going down. So that leadership team is there because I'm pretty sure they know everything there, what they've been investigating. Director Ray came in a lot the last 3-4 months. And then investigating. Yep, we got Merrick Garland to get confirmed yet, and others to get his team in there. So that makes sense. About 9-10 days, they'll have that all done.
Yep.
I asked what's going to happen first, and to Trump, and I get the Wheel of Fortune reversed.
Ooh.
So that's not good.
Nope.
No. Right? That's not good.
Yeah, and then cheers. The 2 of Cups reversed would happen next. So he's going to lose any bit of support he had, I would think. This could also be a health issue, major health issue. Yeah. And then the Chariot. So I don't know, maybe he tries to take off. I don't know. But here's what happens after that. So maybe the Chariot, he kicks in a bunch of, will, like I'm just going to do what I want. But then he's done. He's toast.
Yep.
So
I've sensed that before too when he takes off. When he tries to take off.
Tries, right.
But then he gets caught, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, because everybody's watching him.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And the kids.
Right.
Yep.
They're all being watched.
Methodical takedown. Yeah, someone just said, I like that.
They still got their Secret Service.
Lisa, methodical takedown. Yep.
Methodical takedown. Beautiful. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What a beautiful morning when what a beautiful day when the indictments are coming through. Yep. That's
right. We really need to see justice.
And nation.
Yeah. Even if we don't see it all in this lifetime, we can trust that it's coming down the pike for him. Everybody has to learn when they misuse their power. I think all of life is just a power management issue.
That's a good way to put
it. Catherine, as far as I've seen with Ivanka and Coffin, she applied for a trademark. That's all I ever heard about.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
If you apply for a trademark, that's it. I mean, it's not like she's got China people cranking out coffins.
Someone asked if Trump will end up in prison or house arrest. Martina, will Trump end up in prison or house arrest? GMD. Trump likes Florida because cocaine is half the price.
I always seen him in it. My vision was always he was going to like a sanitarium.
Oh, well, that would sure make sense.
A secure sanitarium, because
yeah,
a psychiatric hospital, prison, yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, and that would be like prison for him because
I feel what I see is like a padded room kind of thing with one window, like where you slip food kind of thing.
Wow.
That was my vision where he ends up. That's what I was shown anyway.
And that could be, if that's metaphorical, it could be in his mind that he's stuck within that.
Could be too. He's gonna need that kind of room to detox.
Yeah.
If he is taken somewhere. So where are we going with what?
What are we reading on?
Did you have the question rolled, or are we looking at
that was one question, but I think I'm good with just trusting your vision. I get yes. I mean, he definitely at some point. Yeah,
okay.
at some point, or at least be in, like you're saying, in some type of his own self-created prison.
Someone asked about the Mueller report, if that's gonna be fully redacted to everyone.
Well,
can it come back to haunt anyone?
Oh, are we gonna? Is that what we're reading on?
Sure, we can go there.
Okay.
If there was nothing else, there's other stuff, but
the only other one I remember was to read on Biden's first year.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Valerie's asking for Biden's first year. Let's read on the redacted report and then we'll move into Biden.
Okay, so we're asking, will it be fully redacted so everyone can read the whole thing?
Yes.
And I always feel like that's going to be part of the future, like stuff in there that we don't know about is going to have a big effect. You know what I mean? In prosecutions, what was in there.
Yeah. I'm seeing that it's not going to be, what they're showing me, what they're showing me is because there's still security issues within it. So it's not going to be fully unredacted or whatever. And that's okay. But the parts that we need to see will be, I feel like it's going to be shown, but there's still security issues within the,
right.
that shouldn't be out there to the world.
So that people are protected, right?
Yeah, for protection reasons for our people. But what we need to see, I feel like it is, but I'm going to throw in it. But that's what they're showing me, that they're still showing me some black lines. But where I see that happening is for national security reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was this comment, I did see that, Rosetta. There was a Trump supporter that was busted in that January 6th riot. He tried to flee the country to Switzerland or something, and he got stopped at the airport.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they're watching them all. Yeah. Right, and Mueller did not investigate the finance aspect, and that's what ties all the loose ends together. That's right, Dave. Absolutely. Yeah. I felt kind of betrayed at that whole thing, just like waiting on the Mueller report, and then we find out, so many things they weren't allowed to explore. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Deb. They can't disclose everything.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
But everything we need to know in the redacted is there.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
I know they say Mueller didn't investigate everything, but there's a pathway in there to everything. They did their job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I also got the Magician and Hermit next to each other with the Strength next to it, and the Queen of Cups. So that Magician and Hermit are saying that the good stuff needs to wait.
Ah, right.
You know, because there's more in there coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Judgment, Nine of Cups, and Queen of Wands at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Catherine, blessings to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine.
Did you want to go, Denise, or do you want me to?
Oh, I just got, with the little Lennies, I just got the book, the stars, and the I can't hold these all up together, and I don't know if they're going to come out in the right order, but it went the book, the stars. So, whoops. Basically, the book is the secrets, right? And then we have, hold on. The book is the secrets.
There we go.
The stars show that all the major connections, and yeah, we will see something. It will be released, and it's released. All the key ingredients that we need to see will be released, and then mostly like this is about Trump. This is my Trump, super spreader card, and his like sitting in a basket or tub of wine, whatever. I still think he drinks, and yeah, so it will be revealed. There's, three yes cards in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was another interesting question, like an add-on to this. Oh, it was would we see that Hillary was actually the true winner?
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Well, you guys, yes. So we're gonna find out. And this is talking about unexpected news coming out right here. A lot of unexpected things that we have no idea will be coming out.
Yeah.
And so happy to hear that. So it is coming out, but just know that there is some unexpected things that we don't even know. And then I have my overseas card here, stuff coming in, more about that, of course. But then we have, oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh, look at that.
We have the betrayal, the deceit. I mean, that we are not even aware of, will be shown to us. And it's going to be worse than we thought.
Yeah. Whoa.
The depth of the betrayal and deceit. And I just, how could it be sat on for so long? Because these people, it's confounding to me.
Yeah. Yeah, we really need to get rid of that, that OLG, Office of Legal Counsel recommendation that you can't investigate a sitting president.
Amen.
That's one of the first things that needs to be changed.
Yeah, Luna decides she wants to come. Come in.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. I love her eyes.
Yeah, her green eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny yesterday when I was trying to video. She's like, I'm going to be a part of this.
Yeah, exactly. That was an excellent video, by the way. Even though I know you had sound troubles, it was okay.
Gosh, wasn't that crazy? The sound just went out.
But you saved it really well. I saw the cards. We could all see the cards. And then it's like, then you went really fast. I'm like, oh, well, there's something exciting coming up. Oh, this is going to be interesting. And then there you were again.
Yeah, I tried to speed that part up so it would be like,
yeah.
But I wanted to show that I had the cards there and I was doing it, and
yeah,
so I left it in. But yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I thought, well, this must be an important reading if all this is going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it works. Yeah. Did we read on Schumer and the filibuster, but somebody wanted to know if the filibuster will end in the Senate. Will it actually end in the Senate? I guess. Did we already fully answer that?
But eventually going to go away. But like we said,
Yeah.
we decided it was a tool. It's still a back pocket tool yet.
Back pocket tool, right? And Schumer has to keep that tool in his back pocket. He hasn't decided yet.
Tanya is saying that Janice is now saying that Biden should pardon Trump.
What? What? Oh, Janice is now. Janice is now.
Janice who?
Yeah, who's Janice?
No, that won't happen.
Yeah. Now when you get 4 planets in Scorpio.
No way.
Yeah, no. And Neptune conjunct Libra, Neptune in Libra, right in your midheaven. Now Biden's not. He's a sleeper. He'll go after him. He's like one of those cars that you don't know what's under the hood, and then they just take over.
Oh, Comey wants. Oh yeah, forget
What?
Comey. Comey's a.
Let's see, have Bart. Yeah, no.
Oh, Comey's
a nobody. Yeah, in his last book and interview, he said, "To heal the country, you should pardon."
Oh
Trump."
yeah, no.
No.
Well, he should have never released whatever he did with Hillary 10 days before the 2016 election.
Well, I looked. We've seen that he had his the Comey Rule movie.
Yeah,
That was pretty good, but
that was good.
you can see how conflicted he was.
Right, yeah.
Do you tell the American people the truth, or you do hide the facts?
Mm-hmm.
It does make sense. It was a tough call, but
Right.
it was his call.
Right.
Do you want to portray yourself as honest to the people? The biggest question there when he talked about it is like, what if we do find something in those second emails, right? That she is criminal.
Yeah.
And then we have to bring it out later after she's president,
Oh, right.
So I could see the.
Yeah, I hear you.
Do.
Yeah.
In hindsight, yeah, it would have been better just to let it ride, because they didn't find anything.
Yeah.
But what do you do?
Yeah.
But still, the American people should have known Trump was an idiot and a criminal. They still too many voted for him.
Yeah. Too many racist people or greedy people that wanted their tax breaks.
I think the biggest turning point,
Ed K.
besides all the criminality, and misinformation and all that stealing and whatnot, the biggest thing I think that flipped it was the independents are like, I'm tired of, the average or the standard politician, Let's put in someone else, right?
Just shake it up. Yeah.
What the heck? I'm going to vote for vote. What harm can it do? That kind of thing. So you get that 10% or whatever in there. I'm like, he's a businessman. But he's not a politician. Let's change it, So that feels like that could have really swung it also, besides all the other stuff,
Yeah. Plus all the the Russian interference, all the just the hordes of information that went through Facebook and influence, just the average. I mean,
yeah, that disinformation didn't help.
Yeah, the disinformation, the information warfare, yeah.
And it's still going.
It's still going. That's our new cyber warfare and information warfare. That's our new war. Yeah. Yeah.
They all got it. I mean, the new administration's on it though.
Right.
They're focused on getting rid of the Q type information and accountability and all that. So they're on it.
Yeah.
Get everyone intact.
And thank goodness Trump has been just knocked off of everything. He doesn't
Yeah.
have his own platform anymore.
We don't know what crazy he's doing.
Yeah. So what's our next question? Are we doing Biden's first year, or are we doing something else?
Can do that.
Okay.
He's off to a good first week.
Yeah.
Okay, Biden's first year.
Biden's first year. Okay.
141. Probably about 2 more questions. We'll get to 2, then we'll get to 2 hours.
Okay. What should we hone it in as to what will he accomplish? What will he be able to accomplish? Or, because the more specific we get with the question, the more we'll,
Yeah.
right?
I'm just going to go general and see what I feel. You can do what you want.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of aspects to it. You got Congress involved.
We can always narrow it down too after.
That's true. Yeah. You want to do general, and then I'll do I don't know.
Yeah, Denise, that's a good idea. Why don't you do?
You do general, Scott. Yeah.
Scott will do general, and you will do more specific, and so we can get a whole story.
Yeah, and you'll get all your vision. You guys.
I'll do a general. Why don't you look into the Congress and laws?
Me? Okay.
One of you two.
Okay. Which one do you want to do, Debbie?
Surprise us.
What are you being led to, Denise?
Oh, what will they actually be able to accomplish under the Biden administration?
Go ahead and do that one.
Or we could both do the same one and see whatever you want.
I'm just going to check in and see where. And I'm seeing Pete Buttigieg when I'm tapping in. I'm seeing Pete Buttigieg, and I'm hearing the word infrastructure. So I feel like a lot's going to be pressed forward with him in that position.
Transportation, right? He's in transportation. Is he in charge of transportation?
Infrastructure and transportation and all that.
Oh, excellent. Okay. I
actually don't know the details of his job, but I do know that's what I'm being shown. So
that would help with jobs.
And that'll help with jobs. So I feel like a lot is going to take place in that arena. Right. They put the right guy in the right position on that one.
Right.
Thank you. Go Pack, go.
Go Packs. When are they on? Are they on right now?
I don't know. I think they're later afternoon.
Okay, good.
Like 2 and 5 or something.
Okay.
Like that. That's Central Time, mine. I think they're like 2 and 5 or something like that.
Department of Transportation, Sheila is saying.
Yeah, I took over for Elaine Chow. So yeah, exactly. Okay.
But I feel like he's actually going to be doing
more. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, sounds right. Thanks, Carrie. Starts at 2:05 Central. Well, the general reading I'm getting is basically overturn the destruction that Trump has done the last 4 years.
Yeah.
There is nothing else really here. It's just all the sadness, all the torment, all the policies he's put in. They got to try to overturn it.
Yeah.
It just, 3 cards basically tell it all. Is preparing a new journey from all the heartbreak of the past.
Mm.
That's the center of the reading. And then there's some kind of working together and secret justice. There's also justice in there with the new Attorney General. Justice will be happening, working with a lot of people, across the aisles kind of thing. It just feels like a year of justice, reestablishing everything. That's the general. There's going to be progress made, but what I was reading, there was like some policies put in they might not be able to overturn for 6 months. So how it was worded or established or whatever, I got both delusions and secrets. Well, 3 actually. The Moon, the High Priestess, and the 7 of Cups. They're all hidden secrets, hidden agendas. Every one of them came out that they got to get into things, find things, reestablish. It just feels very chaotic to get in to redo everything that's been. It takes time. You know what I mean? Let's just say even the Border Patrol, and ICE and everything. Okay, they've been working these policies for years. There's racist people in there. There's been horrifying things. You just can't have a policy and then boom, everything's going to be fine. It's going to take a year to establish kind of thing. They almost need like mental health checks and, conferences of how you're supposed to treat people, then actually do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It just feels like it's chaotic down to the core to get everything functionally moving forward. There is that fast path, but it takes time. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
What do they call those meetings and or those conferences? You should know, Debbie. You know what I mean? Like you have your workers, you got your group, right?
Yeah.
You would come into different conferences. You'd have an outside source come in to
right. Yeah.
talk about
exactly what you're saying.
Equality and how you should do your job.
And Scott, I love that you're asking a 50-plus person to recall a word right now.
I know. We all lose it.
Right when you asked me, it went right out the door.
Denise, you know what I'm talking about? There's a word for that kind of.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Committees? Are you talking about certain specific committees?
In service.
It's not really in service, it's within human resources.
Yeah, it's like an in service. It's like a time of, that's the word, is in service.
It's some kind of training, but there's a word for it. You know what I mean? I've heard of it before, but it's
professional development, in service training sessions.
Like professional development, but it's
seminar.
It's in the human part
seminars, but ethics committees.
There you go.
But we called them in services, so that's the word I was looking for. So thank you. Who said that?
Kind of. I think Sheila's got it. It's more like diversity training. It's
right. To help
like that. Yeah.
Right. To help heal with all the racism and the and then we've got
COVID, workshops,
it's even like we were
training,
talking about with funding the police,
professional development.
Professional development. There you go. Those kind of things. Yeah.
That was from Adrian. Thank you,
Yes,
Adrian.
thank you. That's
Super
like a combo what Sheila and Adrian are saying. Yes.
Yeah.
We call those in services in
Right. Another thing is sexual harassment training. This is the knowledge of how you're supposed to do things. Those kind of things.
Sensitivity training. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
there needs to be a lot of that.
Right. Exactly. Tolerance. Well, that was what I got right off the bat was, temperance. So there's the tolerance. There's coming across the aisle, just like you were saying, Scott. Meeting in the middle, working together, getting something. And the spiritual law in this card, I always look at it as the law of mutual reception, where when two forces come together, you see how the alchemy between the two cups. So when two forces come together, it's like a marriage, and it creates a third entity that holds, a divine entity. And the spiritual law in this card is that you cannot create anything on earth without those two, like yeses coming together.
Yep.
It's what has created everything. So it would be like, when the sperm meets the egg, the baby comes in. There's that third entity, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I love that card. And it's Archangel Michael, right? So there's the protection there. So maybe Biden's going to be channeling a lot of Archangel Michael. Yeah. And then I got the the High Priestess reverse. So secrets are going to be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
No more secrets.
Yeah.
And 5 of Cups reversed. So releasing the grief. This, I think, has to do with COVID. And then the 2 of Swords reversed. So no more stalemate, no more, lack of decision, and things just, we're realizing now that there was, we already knew it, but there was no COVID plan at all in the Trump administration. So Biden's starting over. And then I get the card for him, which is beautiful.
Oh, wow.
And then the four of Pentacles. So he's going to do everything he can to get us, back in strong boundaries. You got that too, Debbie? Yeah. Excellent.
I got a lot of the same cards here. Yeah.
Did you really?
But I feel like mine's more in regarding to Pete, since that's what I tapped into.
Oh, that's right. To Pete.
But it's all intermixed. So
yeah. So Pete is going to play a major role.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I'm done. That's it. Oh, good morning, Pavla. Hi, Pavla.
Oh, Pavla. So starting out, the theme of this reading is the uniting.
Beautiful.
And the coming together, and the reconciliation as well of things. So that's the center of this reading. And I feel like he's really, and it's funny because that Page of Wands is all about travel and discovery and creating, but he's chasing after this, guys, and manifesting and making this happen. He's a risk taker, as we know. He's the man for this job, and this is overall because this is all connected to what is going on, and I feel like Spirit bringing this in pretty strong that he's gonna. This also is bringing in jobs, and for people, this is a big thing. This is a lot of new jobs coming in that he's bringing in with what he's connecting. All right. And financial stability is coming back to us.
Yay.
So this is really good news. At the bottom of the deck, things coming to light. It's like we're getting our second chance here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that rebirth. And oh my goodness. And starting a brand new, beautiful.
Yep. And all the shenanigans from, overseas, it's all going to come to light, and we're getting a rebirth, guys.
That's beautiful. Oh, I love those cards on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So in between, I'm gonna do the run to the the coffee run.
Coffee's running.
That's exactly it.
I think for the last one here, let's see what the energy is around Article 14, Section 3.
Awesome.
Everyone wants to get rid of Holly and Cruz.
Yeah.
All these people that helped planned. There's definitely information out there about Cruz.
Right.
You know, one of these insurrectionists had his phone numbers.
Well, there you go.
He was arrested, and then 2 phone numbers led back to his office.
Wow.
So there's lots of information coming out here. It would be awesome if some senators had to go away because of this.
Wouldn't it just clean up on aisle 45?
Because I read months ago, probably October, I was reading on, just before the election, I was reading on how many senators we would get. I was seeing a lot more than 50. There's a reason.
Yeah, right.
There's a reason here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that these people could be going away.
What did I miss? Who's going away?
We want to finish it with Article 14, Section 3.
Okay.
The seditionists, we're talking about Holly and Cruz right now mostly. Going away. More Democratic senators possibly coming in. The proof of what's coming out with Cruz and them. I don't know if you've seen that, Debbie, but I was telling Denise that there was telephone numbers on one of those insurrectionists leading right back to Cruz in his office. That's what I seen. So basically, that article, that section, is going to be removing some GOP senators and others. There's House people involved too.
What's the question? If you're going to fine tune it, what is it, Dave?
Just
Scott?
giving the energy of that article. In the Constitution about sedition.
Oh, okay. In Article 14, that's right.
Article 14, Section 3, the power to remove, sedition against the United States government.
Okay.
Will it be removing some senators? And specifically, we're talking about Holly and Cruz, basically, but there's others.
Yeah, based on sedition, I suppose, right?
Right. You want to have concentration on the investigation into sedition.
Okay.
Will there be removals?
Oh, bye, Dave.
Oh, bye, Dave.
Yeah, excellent comments. Okay. So. Well, let's see. So, will there be a lot of senators under the 14th Amendment that are, will there be justice because of the 14th Amendment over?
Pretty much. There's already ethics committees rolling and asking about it.
Right.
Moving forward.
Right. Okay. Oh, will they remove the seditionists? Yeah, that's a good question, Joe. Yeah. Okay.
Storm Cloud says, love seeing you live, Denise.
Oh, hi, Star Cloud. Yeah, more than my sleeves, right? Thank you.
Sleeves, cute sleeves. Scott, you can tell she has the cutest clothes by just her sleeves.
What was that?
Yeah,
You can tell Denise has the cutest clothes just by her sleeves because you only see her hands.
yes, thank you.
I'm a hoodie kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
Especially now, it's so cold. Even
I
though,
know it's cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
even with the, I mean, it's not below 0, but it's still chilly.
It's still, yeah.
I think it was like, it's like 10 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right. You're from that part of the land.
Yeah.
Well, I do see them going away.
Excellent.
The
Yeah.
overall energy is the Page of Swords is the preparing. The preparing, it's a new challenge. So we're talking about the investigation starting.
Right.
And I got the Hierophant and the Fool next to it. The Hierophant is the establishment, the rules, Constitution to me. The Fool, we got a new challenge, a new journey on this preparing of the Constitution of the rules. Okay. The overall energy of this is the devil.
Yeah.
The dirty deeds, the bad things they have done against the Constitution. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. That's the documents. That's getting to the root of it. 8 of Cups and 5 of Cups. They're gonna have to walk away in loss. Once all the investigation goes, they're gonna have to walk away. Things are still being investigated with the Moon. There is action taken. And then 3 of Wands is that action also. Looking overseas, building on teamwork. They're going bye-bye. I see it. And then here we got investigator and the world. There's connections around the world. It's a culmination thing too, like the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Everything turning, fate turning. So I see it happening. Once everything's said and done, they have to leave. Resign or otherwise, they have to leave. Everyone that's investigated has to leave. Either resign or get hauled out.
Yeah.
I totally feel it. But the investigation has to move forward.
Right.
It takes time to get all the documents together and talk to all the people. So those crazy yahoos like that Bobert
Yeah.
weirdo, and then there's another guy from Virginia or something. It was brought his gun into in the chambers. You can't. You have to. There has to be rules, and they will. They will go.
Yeah.
Gomer, yeah. Wackadoodle Green, yep.
Yeah. That's exactly what I got. The forces coming together.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. Victory over evil. 10 of Swords reversed. And then the Ace of Cups reversed comes in with the, it's like, I think the victory over evil has to do with just getting rid of this inflexibility, this protection that we had. I mean, they've really messed up. But then with the 4 of Pentacles, the rules come in. The 4, that bringing in the rules, and then I have the Biden card. Getting back to honoring everything that is sacred in the United States.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of more what my cards came through is kind of like bringing in the end of this story of once this all takes place and they're able to purge some of this out. The theme was this, bringing bringing our hope and our trust back in to the White House. But I have with that, you have the Two of Cups, the Six of Coins, and then the Queen of Cups there. And, you know, she really brings in that visionary of knowing, of bringing in that improvement, bringing in that balance, you know, back in with this guy, and that uniting with this one.
Yeah.
So all this, it's all about this uniting. It's all about bringing that balance back in and that trust. And here we have the Temperance, and bringing in again that rhythm and that harmony, and bringing that balance back in, because when it's out of balance, it's bleeding out, right? They just showed me this bleeding out, and so there's no power. Nothing can get done when you have a bleed out. You got to stop the bleeding before you can get anything done. But anyways, and then of course we have the King of Cups inviting and bringing that new direction and hope to the world, and strength.
Excellent.
I mean, this is where we're headed, but we have to stop the bleeding. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That does.
Beautiful.
I so blessed to read with you guys today.
Oh, thank you, Debbie, for joining.
Community. I love hanging out, coffee in the morning on Sundays with this beautiful community that comes and hangs with us and chit chats. My card of the day for everyone before I head out is a wise girl once said, "Let that shit go," and she lived happily ever after.
Yeah.
Well, that wise girl is joining you in about a half an hour, right?
Yeah. Yep. So,
Debbie and Karen?
Karen's going to be with me this morning. Yep. And then, hopefully next week Denise will be back on. So I haven't asked her yet, but I've thrown it out there now.
You just tell me when.
I'll just ask her in front of 700 people. And,
yeah. Next Sunday, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, next Sunday. I figured we were back on.
You got it. Okay. I'm
right.
making a note. Okay. Thank you.
Love you guys, Scott. Giving you a big hug. Denise,
hugs.
And hugs to everybody in the community. And so until next time, you guys, please take care of yourselves. And I love you. Storm Cloud, blessings to you.
Yeah.
Okay. There's one more thing I wanted to mention about investigations. Someone mentioned about Ron Johnson and whatnot. Don't forget, there's still investigations going on with everyone involved in that Ukraine.
Oh.
There's Devin Nunes is connected to Parnas and everything, and Ron Johnson is involved. I mean, there's still investigations going on there too that people could go away that way too.
Good point.
Those are secret. Those are in the background.
Right.
So there's other people that go away besides this insurrection. There's still that Ukraine connections of, you were talking about Firtash. There's senators in there too, Nunes and others there too.
Right.
Who knows if Jim Jordan's involved? Rand Paul,
absolutely.
Definitely. I'm getting big hits on Rand Paul.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
He's like a sleeper. He feels like he's a sleeper. It's like he tries to be secretive about his connections, but when he needs to, he brings it.
Right.
He feels like a sleeper cell of Russian money.
Yeah, I hear you. Right. Yeah.
All those connections are going to go out, and you'll be like, oh, they have to resign. If they don't want to resign, they're going to get handcuffed. I feel it.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of changes, I think, within our Congress.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big year of justice.
I think so too.
Justice and organization.
Yeah.
So bring one card out for everyone. You know, a card of the day of your any angel deck or anything you want to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we always end on a card of the day. You know, something.
Yeah, excellent. So one card for our group.
Yep.
Okay.
You know, have an angel deck or whatever you want to use.
Okay. Ha! Oh, excellent. So I don't have an angel deck, just the regular tarot, but with the Light Seers tarot. So it's the Joe Biden card.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. So to me, this card has everything to do with emotional intelligence, you know, psychic intuition. It's all about healing. This is one of the cards that has to do primarily with any type of like therapist. If it's an attorney or a doctor, it's one who's very, very caring. But so I think this is Joe Biden's in charge, and we can rest. We can rest. We can rest. We can heal, and we can get back to work. So now we can finally work without having this background like stress, like Debbie was saying, the post-traumatic Trump disorder is healed. Yeah.
So I grabbed my fairies deck.
What'd you get?
I grabbed from top and bottom. So I got the Queen of Swords.
Aw.
Is on top. So that's letting go. Just letting go of things that no longer serve you. It's a strong, patient, self-sufficient card. And then the bottom, I got the High Priestess.
Beautiful.
So that's using your intuition. So once you let go, your intuition and your center of your love and life come in greater. You know, you're not using that anxiety in life. You're using spirit. You're using your higher vibrational love instead, you know. So that's trusting your intuition, reflections of your life, taking actions. Insights come from above.
Oh.
So release and gain. Oops, the other way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I can't ever get that right either.
And it's good time to do it because we're getting less stress now with President Biden.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're all going to be sleeping. Well, I mean, I think we already are sleeping better, but I think every little piece of justice that we see happen, I think it's going to get better and better.
But yeah, it's definitely a year of transformation. Lots of work to do.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll call it here so people can move on with their day wherever they want to go. And blessings for everyone that's joined us.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
I like to pray it out to everyone and then let it flow.
Pray, let it flow. Awesome.
Let it move. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.